Alrighty, hello and welcome to New Richmond, Wisconsin, Cedar Lake Speedway for round number 7 of the rookie mini stock series here at the Rusty Misfits Racing League. All the Dirt proudly sponsoring this series here, bringing some of our rookies, getting them a little bit of experience behind the wheel of a race car on iRacing. Tonight we have a 40-lap feature, 10-lap heat races, as we have all season, and a points battle to keep an eye on. This is our second last race of the season. And the points right now, 9 points in it between first and second. Mick Olafson, 283 points in first place. Justin Walbring, 9 points back at 274. Then you go back 22 more points to Kyle Thayer in third. Jackson Qualley, after missing a couple of races here in this series, is sitting fourth place at 248, 35 points back. And Ray Andrews at 244 minus 39 in fifth. As we're sitting watching our race controller doing a handful of donuts on the infield. Mr. Kenny Charlton out there showing these boys exactly what these cars can do around tracks, as he always does. And we got number 88, Dale Wiggins, as our first place competitor. As far as lap time so far, setting down a fast lap of 15.99, just 2/100ths of a second behind Kenny Troughton. Now Kenny's not exactly a rookie by any stretch of the imagination, so for a lesser experienced driver to be that close to him in time, fairly impressive. Hunter Elilovich there in second place, 16:02. And we've got a newcomer to the league here tonight. First time I believe he'll be out, Hunter Wellman there in the number 64 machine. Jackson Qualley there in that 17 car. He was a question right up until about this morning if he was going to be able to partake in tonight's events. He also is involved in his local hockey team, and they weren't sure if they were going to need him or not to be available. Luckily, though, his coach told him to stay home tonight, and he can go and work out towards his championship goals. Ray Andrews in that 13, Mick Olafson in that 21, Kyle Thayer as well. We got a great field here tonight. Oh, and I do believe I missed Mr. Justin Walbring in that 666 machine there, our second place in points. Sitting fourth fastest, tied with Jackson Qualley for fourth fastest actually, with 16:11 apiece. As always, these guys are pretty tight time-wise. There really isn't a whole lot, about 3/10ths of a second from first to last. We watch Ray Andrews, and I believe that is the 64 machine of Mr. Wellman up ahead there. We'll do some final practice laps before we get into our heat races. Got about a minute remaining in this practice session before we go into our first of our probably 2 heat races in this event. Dale Wiggins still on top of the leaderboard here as we watch Mr. Hunter Wellman come out and try a few more laps. Do have to pay attention, as Hunter found out the hard way there, or just about found out the hard way, that those tires, they may be half buried. You hit them, they will damage your car and they will mess up your line, so the bottom line may have some speed to it. But you do need to avoid those tires sticking out of the ground to keep you out of that grass. As practice is now wrapped up, we will get ready to start lining up our first heat race, I believe. As we get ready to line up here, as cars are on the grid, we will look at our starting lineup. Ray Andrews in that 13 machine drawing lucky number 1 with Justin Walbring on his outside. Hunter Lelovich there in the 99 machine will bring up 3rd position. Kenny Troughton, as I said earlier, is our race control, will not be starting in either this race or the feature race, which leaves Hunter Wellman in that 64 car, bringing up the tail end of the field. 4 cars in this heat race, number 1. This race will start, or will decide our starting lineup for the feature race. Winning this heat race will put you on pole position. 2nd place will be the 2nd inside, and so on all the way back through our final row. As we pace around the track here, our Chevy official pace truck leading these boys around. Should be 1 to green this time by. And you see the pace truck getting ready to peel off to the infield, leaving the field in the hand of Ray Andrews, and the green flag is in the air. Walbring with a nice start on that outside, using that momentum on the top to get ahead. Ray Andrews fighting back on the inside. Hunter Wellman fighting that 99. Got a couple of Hunters in this race. Wellman in the 64, Alelovich in the 99. And making a little bit of contact there for 3rd place. Meanwhile, Justin Walbring able to get out to the lead, just ahead of Ray Andrews, but a couple car lengths in between them. As these guys get a little single file, a little bit sideways for Ray Andrews coming off the corner that time by. And Lelovich, I believe, there off the outside wall coming off of turn 2, allowing that 64 of Hunter Wellman to get inside. Coming down the front straightaway. Hunter using that bottom line, hugging those tires. Looking to make a move as we come around turns 3 and 4 for 5 to go. Wellman just a little bit ahead. But Hunter Lelovich, they're able to just pull just a little bit ahead again, coming off at the back straightaway. Hunter not quite able to slide up in front of that 99 machine. Not able to close the door. In fact, he does that time, but a crossover move by the 99 gets back to the inside. Still side by side for 3rd place. 4 laps remaining. Hunter Lelovich there on that bottom. Slips up a little bit, allows Wellman to get ahead. 64 is now clear. So Ray Andrews makes hard contact with that outside wall coming off of turn 4. Meanwhile, Justin Walbring just cruising away. Has about a 4/10 of a second lead over 2nd place, and right now they're all pretty equally spread out across the field. White flag this time. Justin Walbring still leading them around there. Ray Andrews, hard charge to the inside. Walbring down to block it, coming through 3 and 4 for the final time in heat race number 1. Justin Walbring will take the checkered. Ray Andrews in 2nd. Wellman and Alelovich. Hunter A in 4th place. Great race to start the night off there. Heat race number 1 in the books. That will put Justin Walbring on the pole position, allowing him to take the fight to points leader Mick Olafson here. Starting in a good spot. But as we get ready to start heat race number 2, we will take a look at our starting lineup. Mick Olafson will be starting pole position here. Kyle Thayer on that outside row, or outside of the front row. Jackson Qualley in the number 17 machine starting third place, with Dale Wiggins in that 88 car starting outside. Remember, Dale was fast in practice. In fact, he was the fastest car in practice. Let's see if Dale can make any moves up towards the front and steal that outside pole position. And for those wondering, the starting positions for these two heat races were decided just randomly by iRacing, effectively a pill draw. So these guys had no input on where they start or what heat race they ran. They just got randomly selected by iRacing to go where they are now. As we are 1 to green now, the pace truck is pulling off.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is in the air. Mick Olafson to a good start on that inside line. Easily clears Thayer on that outside. Jackson Qualley taking advantage of that poor start by that 89 machine, getting to the inside for second place. But Kyle Thayer able to fight back on that outside. In fact, Dale Wiggins is looking to try to make a move on Jackson Qualley on the outside as well. Although Dale looking way high coming through that corner there. As they come through 1 and 2 this time around. Now Dale looking to the inside of Jackson Qualley. Jackson's still able to hold him off, but Dale with a good run to the bottom. Not quite enough to get by. Jackson able to hold on to it, and Dale's going to slide into position just behind. Still trying to make something work on that inside though. Single file, first through fourth. You see Dale trying that extreme outside line way out in the marbles. Didn't quite work for him that time. But you see he's still trying to bring that way high outside line into play. He's got to clean it up a little bit before there's any actual grip out there. Jackson up tight, get behind Kyle Thayer now. Putting a little bit of pressure on from behind, trying to take second place away yet. 4 laps remain. He might be able to do it if he can get a position. And Kyle Thayer and Jackson both make contact with the outside wall. Coming off turn 4 here, coming across the line, 3 laps remain. Kyle Thayer just where Jackson wants to put that car. Jackson going to look to the inside. Kyle hard into the outside wall. That's going to scrub a lot of the momentum from that car. It's going to allow Dale Wiggins to get back into this fight as well. Still single file, still as they started. First through fourth, no change in position. White flag in the air as we come around turn 4 for the final time. Mick Olafson, or sorry, that was turn 2. Now we're coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. Mick Olafson way out in the lead, almost a full second ahead of second place Kyle Thayer. Jackson Qualley bringing up third place. And Dale Wiggins finishing 4th, finishing as they started. And now we will go into a 3-minute warm-up session, just to give all the drivers a little bit of time to feel out how the track has changed before we go into our feature race. Now, if you're new to the Rusty Misfits All the Dirt Rookie Mini Stock Series, or really any Rusty Misfits Racing League series that they've run. We run 2 races every night. This is race number 1. And after this race comes to completion, we will be moving over to Concord Speedway, the trickiest little triangle you can ever think of racing at, for race number 2 tonight. And if you thought the points tonight for the dirt side of the series was close, the points for the asphalt side are even closer. The top 5 separated by only 33 points. Still anyone's game for the championship with 2 races remaining. Really, in both series. You know, dirt series here that we're running right at this moment, there's only 39 points between the top 5. 33 in the asphalt series. One good race or one bad race can really throw the championship picture into quite the tumble. As we take a look at our leaderboard right now, as our warm-up session is in its final minute here. Hunter Wellman finding some pace, only 0.04 of a second slower than our race controller. There, Kenny Troughton. Ray Andrews, second fastest of the cars on track that will be competing in the race there. Just about 1/10 of a second behind Wellman. Hunter A there, that 99 machine there, only a couple of hundreds slower. Dale Wiggins only a couple hundreds behind that too. It's going to be a tight field. And with 5 seconds remaining, you see Dale Wiggins looking like he's trying to enter track, but not going to have enough time to even put a lap in. As we now have the checkered flag in the air, shutting down this final practice session. As we get ready to start lining up for our feature race. 40 laps here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Our starting grid, Justin Walbring, by virtue of winning heat race number 1, will start on pole position with Mick Olafson on his outside. Remember, these are our top 2 in points. Mick 9 points ahead of Justin. Kyle Thayer, Ray Andrews bringing up row 2. Kyle Thayer's third place behind Mick and Justin. Starting in 5th place, Hunter Wellman, 64. Jackson Qualley. It says Dean on screen, but that is his son Jackson driving. Hunter A in that 99 machine will be starting 7th, with Dale Wiggins in that 88 car starting 8th. As the official pace truck of iRacing leads these drivers around this track. 0.37 of a mile, a little under 0.4 of a mile long, in the heartland of the U.S., right up there in Wisconsin. Very famous little track, amazing little track from what I understand. I've never been personally, but I have a friend that has raced here and he says it's one of the best tracks he's raced at on dirt. As the pace truck gets ready to pull off the field is in the hands of Justin Walbring, coming off of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Great start on that outside by Mick Olafson, looking to maintain his points lead on Justin Walbring. Justin not able to handle that, falls back to 2nd, and slots in just ahead of Kyle Thayer. How they run right now in that top 3 is the top 3 in points. You got Hunter Wellman looking to take over 4th place from Ray Andrews. Able to slot up there in front of that 13 machine. Hunter A looking to make a position up on Andrews. Not quite able to get there. It's Hunter Wellman, that 64 car, looking to get inside of that 89 machine. Able to get looking there on the entry on that low side. Not quite able to make a move though. He's able to get alongside the door of that 89 car, but the outside run on that outside, just like at most dirt tracks. It's so hard to battle against. You really need to make the move and clear on the inside, going into the corner and slide up in front. Do the slide drop as Justin Walbring is under pressure and in danger of losing second place to Kyle Thayer. In fact, Kyle, I believe, was scored second last time by. All this battling is going to allow that 21 car of Mick Olafson to pull ahead. In fact, he's got a little over a second lead right now. Wellman bringing the battle to Justin Walbring as well, looking to make it a three-way car. In fact, make it a five-way battle for second place right now. Walbring able to hold off that hard charge for the moment. Kyle Thayer, Hunter Wellman still battling hard for third, but don't count Walbring out of that yet. A little bit of contact with the outside wall, that's going to slow him down, allow that 64 car to almost clear him going in through 3 and 4. Still side by side for second place. 5 cars under a blanket right here. 64 car able to clear the 666 machine. And Kyle Thayer looking to get alongside and fight. These cars are all over the place. All kinds of slick coming off those corners by looks of it, especially coming off of turn 4. Walbring able to back off that battle behind them just a little bit, get a little bit of breathing room. Not a lot though, because there's still 3 cars still looking to try to make a position up on him, and Justin does not want to see these cars getting ahead of him. Every car ahead of him is a point lost to that 21 machine. Still side by side for third place, Hunter A in that 99 car, Kyle Thayer in that 89. Still, and contact with the wall from the 89, a little bit of right rear contact on the 99 too. They keep it straight, keep it going. A little further back, we got Dale Wiggins and Ray Andrews too battling it out. Jackson Qualley sitting there at the back of the field, just too many cars side by side, not really anywhere for him to go in this mess. Jackson right up on the back bumper of that 88 car, looking to the inside. Still not quite able to make any positions up. Meanwhile, back at front, Mick Olafson had just over a 1 second lead, but ever since Wellman cleared that battle, he has been reeling in Mick for that lead. Still 25 laps remain. Justin Walbring still holding third, but still not quite clear. Still under fire from Hunter A in that number 99 car. Defending hard, both looking down low. Justin making sure Hunter just cannot get much of a run. Still successfully holding off that 99 car, but not by a lot. That 99 is right there on that back bumper, and if Justin looks too much further in that back rear view mirror, there's 4 more cars behind that looking to get involved in this battle as we watch Ray Andrews make heavy contact with that outside wall. Going to open a little bit of a gap and allow that 88 car to get inside and maybe make the pass. Ray able to fight back and not quite give up that position just yet. In fact, he will clear that 88 car that time down the straightaway, down the back straight. Jackson Qualley still bringing up the back of this pack, not able to make any moves on anyone to try to make any positions. "19 laps remaining. Still Mick Olafson all the way up the front, but he's going to have company very soon here in the form of Hunter Willman. That 64 car is fast. shaved down a 1 second lead in about 7 laps, and he is now fighting for the lead. Look to the inside last time down through the last set of corners. Mick down there to shut that off, coming down the front straightaway. Hunter back to the top, looking to make something happen. Not quite able to get his bumper there. Just flip-flopping sides, corner after corner. Mick outside, Hunter goes inside. Mick to the outside, Hunter goes down low. That time by, they both go to the top. It's a key part of racing right there, is going where your competitor isn't. As long as you can find the grip, find the traction. Hunter still fighting, 15 laps to go. 14 this time around. As we come off of turn 4, Wellman still fighting. Our leader, looking way down to the bottom, making a good run. Able to close the gap by a little bit, but Mick able to get a little bit more straightaway speed. Meanwhile, third place Justin Walbring still under fire. Hunter A and Kyle Thayer still right there. Justin managing to just hold them back. Very hard to make a pass here. A little further back, we got Jackson Qualley, who's still looking to try to make a move on Dale Wiggins, who's still looking for a way around Ray Andrews. Still three-way battle back here for 6th place. Hard, clean racing so far. No cautions at all tonight. 10 laps to go. The gap up front has stabilized at about that 0.3 of a second. Wellman not quite able to get much closer than that. But Mick not able to pull away like he was earlier. Wellman still trying to find somewhere that's faster than that car ahead of him. Is able to keep to that back bumper, but not able to find a place to make a move. In fact, he's way wide that time. It's cost him just a little bit of time. Manages to gain it back through that corner, diving in low, but brubbing the outside wall, and that's going to slow him down just a little bit more. Still tightly contested race here for third. In fact, Hunter A manages to get down to the inside of the 666 machine, but touches a tire on the infield, spins himself out. Yellow flag out. 6 laps to go. This is going to change the look of this race. Let's take a look at what brought this yellow flag out. Hunter A in that 99 car, looking to the inside of the 666, maybe makes a little contact with Justin, gets down a little too low and just brushes those tires on the inside line, spinning the car around. 6 laps remain in this race. 1 caution so far. Going to make things interesting for this race here. Should be a 5-lap shootout to the finish of this race. That's going to allow Justin to get right back up there with these front 2 cars. And remember, Justin's only 9 points back coming into tonight's race. He needs every point he can, but Mick just locked up the bonus points for leading the most laps in a race. Justin needs to get up there to at least get a bonus point for leading a lap.
Green, green, green. green.
Green flag is back in the air. Immediately under fire, that 666 from the 89 car, but the 89 gets a little too sideways coming off the corner. It's going to buy him a little bit of breathing room. Meanwhile, Hunter Wellman looking to make a position up on the lead, but not able to get there. Still bumper to bumper after that start. Dale Wiggins, a little bit of a contact, and it looks like Hunter A is having more problems. No caution flag, and he is sideways on the track. Caution finally comes out. 3 laps remaining. Let's see what happened to Hunter. Side by side with Dale Wiggins. Down on that bottom line again, comes up. A little bit of contact with Dale Wiggins. It just gets into the outside wall. A little bit of net code too by the looks of it. It didn't really look like they actually made contact. But let's see if we can see far chase here. Very minimal net code. Just gets up and right rears himself into the outside wall and spinning himself out. Not the night that he was wanting after such a strong start. Be a 2-lap shootout when we return to green. Mick Olafson still in charge of this race. Has led every lap from the start after taking it away from pole sitter Justin Walbring. Justin hoping he can make one position up, at least gain a little bit of extra, get a little bit closer to Mick, but Mick might be able to just about wrap up the points here tonight. Or at least put a decent enough gap that he doesn't have to fight too hard for the Dirt Championship next week. Pace truck's pulling off.
Green
Flag back in the air for Mick Olafson, our leader. Great start for him. In fact, Hunter Wellman kind of jumped high and lets Justin Walbring look to the inside. Walbring on the bottom, 64 of Hunter Wellman outside. Kyle Thayer looking to get a little bit of action on this. White flag in the air. One more time around. Wellman looking to take the battle to the leader. Not able to get inside. One more time through 3 and 4. 64 right on the bumper of Mick Olafson. But Mick will hold on to take the win. Hunter Wellman second, Justin Walbring third, Kyle Thayer, Dale Wiggins, Jackson Qualley, and Ray Andrews round out the field. As we watch our top 3 line up on the front straightaway to get their podium picture. Jackson Qualley in the background photobombing it, of course. Mick Olafson extending his points lead going into next week's finale. 50 points for the win. And 2 bonus points for leading a lap and leading the most laps, as well as and Justin Walbring finishing third. He'll receive, I believe, 44 points, plus a bonus point for starting on the pole position. She's going to be a tight race going into next week. But Mick definitely will have the advantage going into the final race. But right now, let's bring our 3rd place finisher into the broadcast booth with us one more time. Once again, Justin Walbring, 3rd place tonight in the second final race, or second to last race here. How do you feel that's going to take, or going to make the next week's race play out?
Pretty much, I'm pretty sure Mick has this locked up this season. I don't think there's much anything that I can do other than him missing a race to get in front of him. So I think he's pretty much got her locked up.
Well, he came into tonight with a 9-point lead over you. He's definitely going to put a couple of extra points on that tonight, but luckily you got a bonus point, I believe, for starting on pole position, so that'll help a little bit.
It'll help some, but there at the end I was trying to pick up second place to kind of keep it a little closer, but I don't think my efforts were good enough tonight. But yeah, it was a fun race. Good to see, some new faces in here running with us. It's been an overall good season. I'm having a lot of fun here.
Well, compared to last season, season 3 there, you couldn't buy a podium finish, and at least this year, you know what, you have only missed it once, and only by just a little bit.
Most definitely. That's kind of what I was hoping for tonight. I was like, I just need to keep up my interview streak, and I'll be happy.
Well, so far so good. You're 1 for 2. You know what? We may as well go through your sponsor list and who you want to thank again.
I want to thank Festicab Festival Services, Cush 21 for my pre-race ritual, Extreme Pro Race Engines, and Michael Steele Graphics for the wonderful wrap. And if you haven't seen it yet, I just posted my season finale wrap.
I'm actually looking at your paint scheme for next week, and that thing is shiny.
It's definitely going to stand out. It's going to be hard only running it for the one race, but I think I might bring it back here and there.
Well, you definitely have to bring it back for a throwback or two once in a while, that's for sure. I can't wait to see that thing on the track next week.
Most definitely. Thank you very much, Tom, for all you do here. I want to give a big thanks to Ray Andrews for all of his help and his motivation to keep going with this. Of course, thanks to Mick Olafson and Dean Quale for all they do around here. And big thanks to Kenny Troughton. He will be doing my wraps next year, next season.
Well, you know what? I've seen a little bit of Kenny's work. He does some pretty awesome work as well. So, we've got a couple of great painters in this league.
Yeah, it's hard to choose just one of them.
No kidding. Alrighty, Justin. Well, congratulations on 3rd place. Good luck at the trickier triangle, I'm going to call it, the half-mile Concord here in just a few minutes' time.
It's going to be a tough one. We're definitely all going to be tired after it.
Oh, for sure, and the asphalt side points battle is even closer than the dirt side, so it's going to be even more interesting to watch.
Most definitely. I'm really hoping that Jax can come out and run side by side with me, because I don't want this given to me. I want to run for every single point of it.
Exactly. Alrighty, Justin, we look forward to seeing what happens. Congratulations once again on 3rd, and we'll talk to you later, hopefully.
Thank you very much. You have a good one.
All right, and bringing up 2nd place. A first-timer to this division, if I am not mistaken there, Mr. Hunter Wellman in that 64 car. Hello, Hunter.
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad, and not a bad showing there for your first time out in the Rusty Misfits rookie mini stocks.
Thank you.
You were bringing the battle to Mick Olafson there quite hard there for the last, I'd say, about 15 or so laps. Or were you hoping you could get past him, or do you just not be able to find the line you wanted?
I was trying to get past him real hard. Especially since my first race, I was trying to race everybody as clean as possible. And he just had some really good defense tonight. Every time I tried to take my line, he was right there in front of me.
Well, we were definitely watching that battle there, and we definitely saw a lot of that there. He was definitely watching his mirror, watching where you were going, and trying to make sure that he didn't give you the line that you wanted. Obviously, he was successful. How does that feel when you're behind that and you can't find that line? You can't get the line you want.
Well, it's a little disappointing. I think I have some things to work on, but I'll definitely be here next race and next season. I'll be able to get past him by then, hopefully.
Well, you absolutely have a lot of speed, to come into this series and finish 2nd place, your first race out, in the middle of a very hotly contested points battle, I might add. You finished right between the top 2 in points, so you're doing pretty good for the first time.
Race control scoring has
Thank
ended.
you.
Is there any sponsors or anyone you would like to thank before we continue on?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Justin for inviting me to the league, Mick for Uh, wow, losing my words. Sorry. Out of breath after that one. I want to thank everybody for having an awesome race. I want to thank RJB Automotive, KRS Clothing, and Counter Agent Supply. They sponsor me on the real life side of things.
Well,
And thank you for the broadcast.
well, you're very welcome for that. I enjoy calling races, especially races like we had just now. We had some great racing both up front in the mid pack and even at the rear. So it was a great night of racing all around. Hunter, you did amazing out there for the first time out, and you're joining us here in a few moments at Concord. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Well, hopefully we talk to you again there after that race there. And with the speed you showed here on the dirt, well, I'm going to guess we might just do that.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Alrighty, Hunter, congratulations on second. Looking forward to seeing more from you here for the remainder of the season and going into next.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so that was second place Hunter Wellman, that 64 car. But going to the top of the leaderboard, the top of the scoreboard, Mick Olafson once again dominating the race. Mick, were you worried when you saw that 64 just suddenly appear in your rear view?
I was very worried. He was all over me those last 20 laps, and very clean driver. Got to thank him. We had an awesome battle those last 20 laps. He was all over me. I was worried.
Well, we definitely saw some rear view mirror driving there. Like we see Hunter, he would dive down to the bottom, and in the next corner you covered that bottom, and he would go outside, you would cover the outside. He said that he could not get that line he wanted. Was that your intent, or was that just how it was working?
I knew just how it was working. Then after that the second to last restart, I'm like, I'm just going to run the middle, run my line, and I'm going to make him work the bottom if he's going to try to get by me.
Well, and we definitely saw that, for a little while, that the gap between you and Hunter just kind of stabilized a little bit there, about 0.3 of a second. So he could get about his nose, and then I think a few mistakes started happening, or maybe it was a little frustration. What do you think?
Maybe a little bit, but it was fun racing, that's for sure. And I made sure that I did not look at the broadcast.
Well, that's definitely a bonus. You didn't crash this time as a result, so you managed to put it back on the podium on that top step, and that's going to help cement your points lead over Justin just a tiny little bit.
Yep, I think with him falling back to third, I think I've pretty much got it locked in. As long as I don't do anything real stupid next week, we should be good.
It's going to take a massive difference between the two of you, and with you falling to the back of the pack, pretty much, I think, for anything major to happen in the point standings next week.
Yeah, I think he would have to win and not have to finish like dead last. Whoa, nice one. I don't know. I heard it.
But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting race next week. You definitely have the advantage. You came in 9 points ahead, and I'm going to guess you're probably going to be about 15 or so if I had to do some quick math. So it's definitely going to take a major upset next week.
Oh, for sure. I do want to thank Justin. He's been a strong competitor all season, and we've been going at it door to door almost every race.
Well, that's definitely making for some exciting racing for us on the broadcast and for our fans to watch. Who do you want to thank for bringing this competition out for the fans?
Oh, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Justin, a huge shout out to Dean for letting us do this, a shout out to you for putting on such a great broadcast, and then I got to give a huge shout out to my buddy Donnie Bartlett. We're doing it for Donnie this season, driving that 21 for him, and we're gonna keep putting this thing on the podium as long as we can.
Yeah, and you, I believe it was you a couple of days ago, shared a little bit of an update on Donnie, saying that he was undergoing some more treatments and that things were looking a little bit okay for him, right?
Yes, sir. He's battling back, and he's hanging in there. He's staying strong.
Well, that's definitely good to hear. Here's to you, Donnie. Hopefully everything goes great for you. And Mick is definitely bringing a lot of W's for you, so hopefully he brings home the championship next week.
I do believe this was win number 4 on the season for us.
I do believe you are very close to right, and pretty much every one of your wins was in dominating fashion. Tonight you won straight from flag to flag, led every lap, and yeah, didn't let them have a chance.
No, it was good seeing them guys battle for so long in the back. It gave me a little bit of a breather for a while, but man, that 64 car is strong. I look forward to seeing what he's going to do next season when he's here for every week.
He's definitely going to be a championship contender to come from that far back in the pack from the start and run you down. Like I think he ran down about a 1.1 second lead in about 7 laps.
Yep. Yeah, he did. Like I said, I was worried he was coming strong. I thought for sure he was going to get me, but once he got to me, I made that 21 car wide as I could.
Well, you definitely did that. You held on to the win. Congratulations once again, Mick. Hopefully we talk to you again here in a few more minutes' time at the, I'm going to call it the trickier triangle. I told Justin that already. It's the half-mile, basically miniature Pocono. That's going to be a really tough race, I believe.
I think we're gonna have some cautions in that one. I think
it's definitely going to be an exciting race to watch. Hopefully it's not too frustrating for you drivers, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a good one shortly.
All right, bud. We'll catch you soon.
You too. Alrighty, that brings this part of the broadcast to the end. We will be going back live in a little less than 15 minutes from Concord Speedway for race number 2 tonight, our Asphalt Series, all the dirt rookie mini stocks, where we will see most of the same drivers and maybe a couple of extras battle it out on the asphalt half-mile triangle-shaped track. And let me tell you, boys, this is not a track to mess with. It is not going to be an easy race to run. It's going to be a shake-up, I believe, for the points championship. Tune in and enjoy the show.